You're watching Star Television Network on Channel 21. This is the National News Bulletin on the hour. First, the headlines. A Turkish vessel, the Karadeniz power ship, that is expected to supply 30 megawatts of electricity, has arrived in Freetown through an agreement with the Electricity Distribution and Supply Authority, EDSA, the Ministry of Energy, and Ministry of Finance and Economic Development. Parliamentary aspirant for constituency 115 under the All People's Congress, Pastor Engineer Raymond Brown, has assured his supporters of quality representation and engagement if he is awarded the symbol and elected to Parliament. Following the awarding of symbols for the local council election under the APC ticket, some residents from various areas in Freetown have expressed their dissatisfaction with some of the aspirants that were given the symbol by the party. And in sports, football fans are calling on stakeholders and the Ministry of Sports to settle the unending leadership fight and allow football to play this 2018. Those were the headlines, and now for the news in detail with me, Amadou Lamgranaba. A Turkish vessel, the Karadeniz power ship, that is expected to supply 30 megawatts of electricity, has arrived in Freetown through an agreement with the Electricity Distribution and Supply Authority, EDSA, the Ministry of Energy, and Ministry of Finance and Economic Development. Here is the report.
A Turkish vessel, the Karadeniz power ship floating power plant, has arrived in Freetown, Sierra Leone with the utility grid infrastructure and electricity supply agreement signed with the Electricity Distribution and Supply Authority, EDSA, through the Ministry of Energy and Ministry of Finance and Economic Development. The Karadeniz power ship is to provide 30 megawatts of electricity on a regular basis. Speaking on the occasion of arrival of the power ship, the Minister of Energy, Ambassador Henry Olufemi Macaulay, stated that this project is important for the stability of the country's national grid as the energy demand grows each day in the country.
Captain and crew of this vessel, this power ship, the Dogan Bay, it's a 100 megawatt power ship. Government of Sierra Leone has bought in the ship because we want to see that we provide stable power to the grid. Actually, it's not a new project. Our energy sector strategy from 2014 had a 600 megawatt large-scale thermal on it, and these are all building up towards that to meet with our projected targets to ensure that demands for electricity are met. This is an HFO power ship, which means that we can have more stable power, more affordable, more reliable power that we hope will be able to help to build manufacturing activities, build industries, and build mining activities. Because this is when power is available that you'll encourage and stimulate all of these activities which will bring economic growth.
He maintained that the power ship has the ability to deploy fast-track utility power supply on a turnkey basis. Ambassador Henry Olufemi Macaulay further said it has the capacity of a short-term and immediate requirement with economical and flexible solutions for a country in dire need of effective and efficient energy supply. The Chief of Staff, Office of the President, Saidu Konton Sisei, said this will increase viability of electricity and access to power in the country.
This is the power so that we are able to improve the availability and access to power among the population. I'm sure this will go a long way in fulfilling the plans that the ministry had had put in place before, and also help us in terms of promoting, economic development and improving life generally. So we would, as a government, provide all the necessary support for you to be able to function here effectively.
Engineer Mustafa Kagbo commended members of the Karadinis Powership for their great work to provide 30 megawatt baseload capacity in the country and will improve the energy system. He revealed that for a country to develop, it deserves enough electricity and reliable power supply.
Because actually, for a country to grow, we need power, and we need reliable power stations. So your solution all over the world, as we can see from the film you just showed us, all developing countries are now moving that direction. It's very fast. Other detractors can say maybe the cost is high. No, we are bringing the cost of construction, the cost of not having energy. The biggest cost in this world when you don't have energy. There's a lot of inconveniences. People are not doing business, and now the world is changing. We are all the people have the level of education is going up. Our lifestyle is improving.
The Powership will have a significant contribution to the country's electricity supply, whilst providing training and knowledge transfer through the creation of local content in the country's employment and capacity building. As a strategic partner, Karadinis Powership is committed to Sierra Leone's social and economic development and continue providing reliable, sustainable and affordable electricity. Leonora Jawara, Star Television, Freetown.
Parliamentary aspirant for constituency 115 under the All People's Congress, Pastor Engineer Raymond Brown, has assured his supporters of quality representation and engagement if he is awarded the symbol and elected to Parliament. Waida Sisi has the story.
Pastor Engineer Raymond Brown maintained that his people will be adequately and diligently represented, and further that as an outstanding advocate and a well-oriented personality, as a clergy and civil engineer, he will lobby thoroughly with corporate business houses, international development partners and non-governmental organizations to achieve the aspirations of the people. Among the priorities highlighted include good road network, healthcare facility, education, improved water and sanitation, and other community development programs.
Me now, Pastor Engineer Raymond Roland Brown. The all-man useful candidate for constituency 115. Where they believe the Almighty God forget the symbol so that the good work where President Koromadon begin at this country, me go bring and come na this constituency and do the best so that the people at this constituency, they will know say indeed they get through some of the soil we mean well for this constituency. Mr. Chairman, I want to use this opportunity for telling people exactly what they are there for this evening. One thing I can always say when I get the opportunity for talk na radio and television, I say I go represent constituency 115 adequately in a parliament. What I mean by that? It means say I go talk well and make clear the parliament and the government of this country understand say the people and where they inside constituency 115, not to just people and where you can see anyhow. But for let the government know say, in as much most of the time, past election constituency 115 can always give the biggest results. Government for pay attention to this constituency. On that note, when I look at how the political landscape, the political thing they go, I decide for come forward because when I look at myself, I look at the work with the other hand and don't do, and also I get the ability for do more and more and more and more and more and more and more. Better, fast, waiting and we don't do.
One of the stakeholders of the community, Gladys McFaul, emphasized on the developmental strives that the parliamentary aspirant, Pastor Engineer Raymond Brown, had implemented in their ailing community, and reiterated their commitment to give him their full support with his slogan, all man useful.
Pastor Raymond Brown, it don't help so much. So if you stress, you don't have this problem. The best school people go to people there. They don't go for people. They don't help people there for school fee. They don't help people there for business. Pastor Raymond Brown, it helpful. Anytime we come inside, anytime we can, I know. So let me all the money come inside. You know they look the money. If you sleep, say people wait and sleep. They go tell you say, well, if you don't get any money, they go tell you say wait. But as you get so, the next thing when they know that for police, get to the people. When I get people, they assist. They go to a man who help you.
Another community stakeholder, Olatunji Louis, described Pastor Brown as an action-oriented man and a game changer whom they are very certain will bring development in the constituency and transform the lives of the people.
Well, you don't do so many things. I developmentally oriented somebody. In fact, in terms of education, you don't do so many things. In terms for help the market woman them, in terms of microcredit, and so many things, etc., etc. And that's make we want them because the present day honorable women gets will not see at least they will work for we, for satisfy, and will deliver. So at this point in time, we want changes. We need a game changer. And as far as we don't go along in intentions and we get, but take this constituency to another level. So we the people we are well satisfied that the kind game changers they will look for. And we believe, say, if we get the symbol under the ticket of the APC, it will change this constituency to another level.
The ceremony attracts various religious and tribal heads, men, women, and the youth. Reporting for Star TV News, I am Waida Sisay.
Meanwhile, some supporters of the ruling All People's Congress in Freetown have been registering their dissatisfaction over the awarding of symbols to aspirants for the local council election. With placards, they protested in front of the All People's Congress headquarters on Railway Line in Freetown. Sarah Kale reports.
Residents of Ward 433 within the Dwaza community demonstrating their dissatisfaction after their candidate that many say is the most popular was denied a symbol to represent the All People's Congress Party in the local council elections. Aikoroma, a local resident speaking to this medium, explained the reason for their dissatisfaction and how their candidate has demonstrated to the world by constructing a well to access hard-to-come-by water and rehabilitating roads destroyed by the Hill Court bypass road.
Mr. Yes, the man who pick up the pump because a man way fear, a man way to experience. What's not what he say he wants, I will pick up. Because we also don't say, we get mad and I get pump. Also look at that quick. You know, say that man is important to me. The man will pull the money out of your money, not that's not community center. First time I have money, now you pull out of your pocket. You flop there all day, take go down. China also, the city, my try to go inside the pump. They say the word bad. When they can they go to and get my gate. You look at the way they stay, no one they suffer. Now you flop that word, they take go down. You pay you smart and they make it. So look at the kind of man fit for a community. And number 10, I want to tell you, we community get pop now. The pop now smoke APC all land. The pop say vote time can. We put all the community there. We need a mixed matter. Who say yes now yes. But when you kind of power, you don't go say about we. We get a next power. If we go power, say you don't also. Now they go say we take it and get pop for say we not take you. Now they do that away. Say you go don't also. Now make a tell say now this keep here. We don't give power to nobody. If you're not going to power to we want to get pop here. No more vote and get pump.
These outcries, however, according to the Western Region Publicity Secretary of the APC, Abubakar Siddiq Darame, who spoke to us in our studios, are to be expected, given the allegiances of these supporters, and explained that popularity forms only 30% of the deciding factors.
Definitely, we know that their ambitions and everything will jump up, but in the APC we make sure that we do due diligence. What is due diligence in the APC, giving our awarding these symbols, is that The district executive takes information from the constituency executives. The region oversees the district executive. We take the information and we go down to the communities and gather the information. But the APC does not stop at that. We sent oversight committee members that went to all these wards, come up with the information, and we compare the list and see the 2 names or 3 names that the region has and the 2 or 3 names that the oversight committee has. We try to collapse them together and make sure that we look for the best person among the names, and we make sure that we continue to consult with our people down there and we come up with the names. When popularity is about 30%, we look about eloquency. You should be able to talk. You should be able to advocate for your people, make the case for your people. You should be developmentally oriented. You should be able to carry on developmental activities and all. And you should be able to work with other people, not just people within the APC, but across the board, because you're going to be the councillor for the ward, including APC members and other people from other political parties. So you should be able to work with people and all, and you should understand customs and tradition, and should respect religion, and you should have religious tolerance. So we look at all those, we put them together, and we select a candidate, we get a candidate.
Abubakar Siddiq Darami furthered that whilst the people might be disgruntled for now, this anger will ultimately blow over in the minds of real party supporters.
In one constituency, you have 4 people. Say one person has 30%, other one 25, other 20 and all, right? If you give the one that has the 30%, definitely the one with the 25, the one with the 20 put together, their people will come up because they want their person to be the council, the next council of that particular ward. All these people are APC people. They will not band up together. They will not move anywhere. We will talk to them because these are our people. These are our family. APC is a family. We continue to engage them. We continue to make them understand, and they understand that being a councillor is not the end of the world.
It is important to note that many, however, have remarked that even though there are dissatisfaction, it is ultimately impossible for the APC to make any changes as the lists have been submitted to the National Electoral Commission. Sarah Calais reporting for Star.
Let's now join Ilton John for some sports updates.
Thanks to Lemganaba for some sporting news. Is the national team Leopards concern raised by football fans across the country. 2017 ended with the national team Leopards ranked 97 in the world and 24 in Africa. According to football fans, they are calling for the intervention of the Ministry of Sports, the Sierra Leone Football Association, the stakeholders to see how they reset to the long impasse within the football family. Here is the report. Sierra Leone men's national side, Leopards, finished 2017 unchanged as the 97th best ranked team in the world, according to the latest FIFA World Rankings released late December 2017. In Africa, the Leopards were Sierra Leone position also on church 23rd on the continental pecking order after maintaining 360 points. According to football fans in the country, they are not happy with the position of the national team Leopards. They are calling for the intervention of the Ministry of Sports, the Sierra Leone Football Association, and President Koroma to see that their national team rank in a better position.
Issues where we don't make now the most people that they don't hold this country to ransom simply because of government interference. And I end up making that we don't really go behind. The ranking where we don't can get now for this 2017, it basically don't say that's not happening. And the only thing we make if football go before, that for let the stakeholders there come together. But who than the stakeholders they are more at the government and because for the Ministry of Sport and also the SLFA, they let the CITI. And if them people are not the CITI, really football go before. So we the big government. Let this be the legacy of His Excellency the President as they go out. Make it bring the stakeholders together. Full hand promote from football. His Excellency the President full hand promote from football. And tell also the ministry, make instruct the ministry, make it use it as one of the last best of power. Make it instruct the ministry, make them bring sanity at the football arena in the country. So that we were able to enjoy football as young people in the country. Football in the country, we presently did 1987 so not to we're not supposed to do that. So we beg the president, when I Dr. Anes Burma, we are making good effort, then we go before. Because today, we're not supposed for the other position. The past 15 years, those be improved in terms of football. So this means football don't go. Particularly inside these past 10 years. Football don't go totally. So the big government, we are making good effort to make football go before.
I'm glad for the football ranking between the government and Sierra Leone, and I'm glad for the ranking of football. And me a football supporter. So me want let the government and the football ranking let them come together for let them make their football better for we at this country.
Sierra Leone's highest ever ranking came in August 2014 when they were ranked 50 globally and 7th in Africa. The Leone Stars' previous highest ranking was in 1996 when they reached the 51st place on the global ladder. For Star TV Sports in Freetown, I am Milton John reporting. Well, that is the view of football fans. We hope that the authorities will work very hard to see that sanity prevail in football. Finally, for today's sport news, coming up tomorrow in the English Premier League, one of the biggest matches in the English Premier League, Chelsea will play against Arsenal. According to Antonio Conte, who is the head coach of Chelsea Football Club, is optimistic for his team for them to bounce to get a win, despite we saw the performance of the team in the previous match. Also, Arsenal Football Club secured a 1-1 draw in the last match in the Premier League. So it's going to be a big fight with Chelsea playing against Arsenal, and if Chelsea wins against Arsenal, they will secure the second position against Manchester United. That's all for sports. Back to Ilamgana in the studio.
Well, that's all we have in the National News Bulletin here on Star Television Network on Channel 21 and also on the internet at www.startvsl.com. Thanks very much for watching. Keep watching Star TV. The weather forecast is coming up next.